Breaking news. U.S. Navy launches a new front in the South China Sea. The U.S. is building repair hubs in the Philippines, sending a clear message to China. Emergency facilities are planned for Palawan, near the contested Second Thomas Shoal. Tensions are soaring as Filipino outposts face daily pressure from Chinese ships. The world is watching. Will these moves shift the balance in the South China Sea? Palawan isn't just a tropical paradise, it's the Philippines' westernmost sentinel, facing the South China Sea. Just over the horizon lies Second Thomas Shoal, ground zero in the contest between China and the Philippines. The BRP Sierra Madre, a grounded Navy ship, stands as Manila's symbol of resolve. Now, new repair hubs in Palawan keep Philippine patrols operational, sustaining their presence despite constant pressure. It's easy to overlook the power of a simple wrench turn or a quick engine swap, yet in maritime contests, speed and proximity can mean everything. Before these repair hubs, damaged Filipino vessels often faced a grueling journey back to distant bases, leaving gaps in patrols that China could exploit. Now, with state-of-the-art repair facilities on Palawan, minor fixes can happen close to the action. Hull damage from a near miss with a Chinese ship, engine failure after days of high-speed maneuvers. These problems, once a logistical nightmare, can now be solved in hours rather than days or weeks. The operational tempo shifts. The Philippines, and by extension, the US, can keep more ships on station, for longer. This isn't about flashy new warships or headline-grabbing exercises. It's about grit and readiness. The ability to bounce back from mechanical setbacks sends a message. We are here to stay. The repair hubs also support unmanned vessels and drones, which are increasingly patrolling the disputed waters. Every extra hour on station is a win. In maritime strategy, endurance beats bravado. The new facilities show that the US and Philippines understand this lesson well. They're betting that a steady, unbroken presence is the surest way to deter aggression and uphold sovereignty. For the Filipino sailors stationed at Second Thomas Shoal, every patrol is a test of courage. They sail in small, lightly armed vessels, often shadowed or harassed by much larger Chinese Coast Guard ships. Supplies run low, repairs are a daily challenge. The risk of collision, or worse, never truly fades. Every time a vessel limps back to Palawan for emergency repairs, it leaves a gap in the patrol line. Each absence is an opportunity for Chinese ships to push closer, test the waters, or attempt a blockade. The psychological pressure is immense. Morale depends not just on bravery, but on knowing that help is always within reach. The new repair hubs promise to change that dynamic. A quick fix means a fast return to duty. Damaged hulls, broken engines, or faulty electronics can be addressed before they threaten the mission. For the sailors, this is more than convenience. It's a lifeline. Resilience at the front line is not just a matter of hardware, it's a measure of faith in the alliance and in each other. These hubs are a quiet but powerful vote of confidence in the men and women who bear the brunt of maritime standoffs. Section 5. Sustaining presence, avoiding escalation, building endurance. The new US-supported repair hubs are not intended to provoke a fight. Instead, they're really designed to help the Philippines sustain a calm, consistent presence in contested waters. Each repaired vessel that returns to patrol is a statement. Manila will not be pushed out, and Washington will not look away. This approach is subtle and smart. Rather than responding to every provocation with military force, the US-Philippines partnership invests in resilience. By keeping more boats in the water, they reduce the temptation for risky maneuvers or dramatic standoffs. The result? Stability, not escalation. Sustained presence has a deterrent effect all its own. When patrols never falter, would-be aggressors think twice. The knowledge that Filipino vessels can be quickly repaired and redeployed blunts the impact of intimidation tactics. Day by day, the alliance builds credibility. It's a lesson learned from history. Logistics wins wars, but it also keeps the peace. By quietly investing in infrastructure, the US and Philippines are making a bet on endurance, and on a future where stability trumps spectacle. Section 6. The power of endurance. Outlasting, not outgunning. In high-stakes maritime contests, endurance often matters more than hardware. The world's flashiest warships are useless if they cannot stay in the fight. The US and Philippines understand this, and the new repair hubs on Palawan are proof. It's not about matching China ship for ship. Instead, it's about making sure that every vessel in the Philippine fleet can return to duty, no matter the setbacks. When patrol boats keep coming back, again and again, it sends a powerful signal. Resolve cannot be worn down by attrition or intimidation. Unmanned systems benefit too. Drones and remote vessels can be retrieved, patched up, and sent back on mission. This constant cycle of maintenance and redeployment builds momentum. Over time, the opponent must reckon with a presence that never fades. Endurance is not glamorous. It doesn't make headlines like a show of force. But it's the secret weapon of maritime strategy. The Palawan repair hubs are a declaration that the alliance is in it for the long haul. They're betting on persistence over provocation. The US-Philippines alliance is built on trust, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to the rule of law. The new repair hubs are a tangible example of how this partnership adapts to new threats without taking unnecessary risks. Both sides have made it clear. The goal is to defend, not to provoke. Washington's support reassures Manila that it will not face maritime bullying alone. At the same time, careful diplomacy ensures that the new facilities are not seen as an offensive buildup. The message to China and the region is measured but firm. The Philippines will defend its rights, and the US will help, but neither seeks confrontation. This balancing act is not easy. The alliance must show strength without triggering escalation. The repair hubs are a textbook example of how to do it right, enhance resilience, keep tensions low, and avoid the traps of brinksmanship. For the Filipino public, the hubs are a symbol of dignity and self-reliance. For the US, they are proof that alliances can adapt and endure, even as threats evolve. Together, the two countries are writing a new playbook for maritime defense. Deterrence does not always come from missiles or guns. In today's South China Sea contest, quiet logistics can be just as powerful. The Palawan repair hubs are a subtle warning. Whatever happens, the Philippines and its allies will be ready to respond, day after day. China's pressure tactics, harassment, blockades, shadowing, depend on wearing down opponents over time. If patrol boats can be sidelined by minor breakdowns, the contest becomes easier. But if every setback is met with rapid repairs, the calculus changes. The new facilities are low-key, but their impact is profound. They create a rhythm of resilience that is hard to break. Chinese planners must now consider that every damaged Filipino vessel will soon be back on duty. The window of opportunity narrows. In the end, logistics is strategy. The US and Philippines are making their stand on the foundation of endurance, not escalation. It is a quiet form of deterrence, but in the long run, it may prove the most effective of all. The announcement of the new repair hubs has sparked lively debate in the Philippines and across Southeast Asia. Many local leaders and residents in Palawan welcome the investment, hoping it will bring jobs, economic growth, and better infrastructure. For them, the project is a practical step toward greater security and prosperity. Environmental groups have raised concerns. Palawan is famous for its pristine beaches and rich marine life. They want assurances that the new facilities will not harm sensitive ecosystems. The Philippine and US navies have promised to follow strict environmental standards and consult with local communities. Nationalists and some lawmakers worry about sovereignty. They fear that a larger US presence could trigger backlash or put the Philippines in the crosshairs of superpower rivalry. Others argue that the project strengthens Philippine independence by ensuring its navy can operate without always relying on foreign bases. Across the region, reactions are mixed. Some neighbors quietly applaud the move, seeing it as a check on China's assertiveness. Others urge restraint and dialogue. In every case, the debate reflects a central truth. In the South China Sea, every new facility, every ship, and every alliance decision matters. In the end, the story of the new repair hubs in Palawan is not about sudden confrontation or dramatic escalation. It is about the quiet, relentless power of logistics. Day after day, repaired patrol boats will slip out of their docks and head back to contested waters, a steady heartbeat of resilience. The US-Philippines alliance is betting that presence, not provocation, is what deters aggression. By keeping more vessels on station, supporting those who serve at the front line, and building the capacity to endure, they send a simple message: we will not be pushed out. The South China Sea will remain a dangerous arena, but in this contest, flashy shows of force will never matter as much as the ability to persist. The true measure of power is not in the biggest ships or the loudest headlines, but in the ability to stay, repair, and return, again and again. That is the lesson of Palawan's new repair hubs. In the long shadow of rivalry, it is the quiet strength of resilience that holds the line, and perhaps, secures the peace.